IVE has been taking a bold and noticeable shift in their direction lately, and it's got fans talking. From their debut to where are they now, there's been a clear evolution in their concept and sound. But what exactly is driving this change? Let's take a closer look at what's really happening behind the scenes. And hey guys, it's Zain and welcome to Zain Winter. If you're here, you're ready for an in-depth look at what's going on in the K-pop landscape. For my very first video, I'm diving into one of my favorite groups, IVE. So what's been happening with them since their debut, and where are they now, and what's really shaping their journey? So let's get into it. For those of you hearing about them for the first time, IVE is a 6-member girl group from South Korea under Starship Entertainment. They debuted on 1st of December 2021 with their single 11. Whether you are a dive or not, you've probably heard of IVE by now. And if not, well, you are in here for a treat. Now here's the thing, before IVE even debuted, two of the members, wonyoung and yujin, were already stars in their own right. They were part of the project group ICE1 formed through Produce 48. Wonyoung was the winner and yujin came in 5th, so they already had a ton of attention and following when they joined IVE. On 2nd of November 2021, Starship Entertainment dropped the announcement that they were launching their first girl group since WJSN in 2016. On 8th of November, they revealed all 6 members, yujin, gaeul, wonyoung, Ray, Lace, and the maknae leeseo. Now, 11 wasn't your typical K-pop debut track. The concept was refined, elegant, and more mature than what you might expect from a new group. And the public immediately took notice. Just 3 days after their debut, on 3rd of December, they made their first broadcast debut on KBS2 Music Bank. But here's the crazy part. By 8th of December, just 1 week after their debut, they won their first music show award on MBC Show Champion. This made IVE the fastest girl group in the K-pop history to win a music show award post-debut. From there, 11 went on to win 13 music show awards, including Triple Crowns on KBS Music Bank, MBC's Music Co, and SBS Inkigayo. So we talk about how 11 hit the scene and made waves, right? But listen to this. So this is Love Dive. After 11, IVE isn't just resting on their laurels. They came back with Love Dive on April 5th, 2022. And this wasn't just another single. Right from the start, Love Dive made its mark. The track debuted at number 1 on the Circle Digital chart and their first number 1 hit in South Korea, and charted at number 10 on Billboard's Global Excellence US chart and staying there for 21 consecutive weeks. The song didn't just perform well, it became a staple in K-pop, winning Song of the Year at major awards like MAMA, the Melon Music Awards, and Golden Disc Awards. But it wasn't just about the commercial success that made Love Dive stand out. The song introduced a more sensual, confident energy to IVE's concept. The lyrics talk about diving into love, taking that leap without looking back. It's not about uncertainty or heartbreak. It's about embracing that feeling head-on with boldness. And speaking about boldness, let's not forget about the Dear Cupid teaser video. Released ahead of the track, the Dear Cupid video was a visual statement that set the tone for the entire Love Dive era. It still stands as one of the most memorable teasers in K-pop. So after Love Dive, they released Afterlike. And when Afterlike dropped, it quickly became clear that the song wasn't just another K-pop release. It had a lasting impact. On New Year's Eve every afterwards, the track was still playing during the countdown, with fans dancing to its infectious energy as fireworks lit up in the sky. It wasn't just a song of the moment, it had become a staple for many. The track also made waves on the charts, securing 14 music chart wins, which sets a new record for IVE. But what really sets Afterlike apart was its creative use of samples from Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive, originally a song about overcoming adversity after a breakup, and IVE gave it a new twist. Instead of focusing on survival after hardship, Afterlike explored the emotions of love and attraction, particularly the excitement and uncertainty of a new crush. Then, IVE took the next big leap in their career. On 16 March 2023, Starship Entertainment announced that their first studio album, IVE's IVE, set to release on 10th of April. The album had 11 tracks, with 7 of them featuring songwriting credits from the members themselves. The lead single, Kitsch, dropped on 27th of May 2023. Kitsch debuted at number 1 on Circle Digital Chart, marking IVE's second perfect OKO after Like. For the group from a mid-tier company like Starship to achieve this kind of success was huge. In a market dominated by big 3 agencies, IVE is proving that they were a force to be recognized with. However, regardless of where they came from, the release of Kitsch also marked a shift in their sound. It felt like the departure from their luxurious commercial hits of their first few tracks, and the fans started to notice that. The South Korean public embraced it, but the international fans had mixed feelings. Some appreciated the bold energy, while others felt like the song didn't fully capture the sense of what made IVE stand out. Personally, Kitsch is one of my favorite songs from IVE. On March 21st, 2023, IVE signed with Columbia Records for US promotion, alongside with Kakao Entertainment, the parent company of Starship. This partnership was a clear sign that IVE was looking to expand their reach beyond South Korea, and their next single, I Am, was released alongside with IVE's IVE on 10th of April. I Am was a powerful statement about their vocal ability. The track featured stunning high notes from Yujin and Leeseo, while Wonyoung, Ray, and even gaeul delivered strong performances. The song's theme was soaring anthem about self-confidence and achieving greatness, which felt fitting for IVE at this point in their career. The music video for I Am leaned into their glamour concept once again, with the theme of running away and finding freedom. It was a metaphor for their journey as artists, unafraid to chase their dreams, no matter where it took them. The song debuted at number 1 on the Circle Digital Chart and became IVE's third perfect OKO, cementing their legacy as the first K-pop group album to achieve 2 perfect OKOs in one album, a feat previously last achieved by 21 in 2011. So after Kitsch, things really started to shift, and honestly, I felt like I Am took a little time to grow on people. It wasn't an immediate wow to them, and to be honest, for me, after just one listen, I knew it was going to be huge. It was a proof of everything I already knew as a fan. They weren't just K-pop idols, they were showing that they could sing, that they had unique vocal tones, and I was proud of that. For the longest time, they've been written off by people who couldn't see beyond the glossy concept, but I Am proved everyone wrong. But yeah, that was a shift. More than the fans, the general public seemed to really notice that. They heard it and thought, okay, this is different, and I felt like people weren't ready for it. But that's how it goes when you are doing something different, right? Then in August 2023, Starship Entertainment announced IVE's first tour and dropped IVE's Mind on 13th of October. That's when things really took a new turn. Either way, the 3 singles, Off the Record and Baddie, all charted in the top 15 in the Circle Digital Chart, with Baddie even hitting number 1, making it their 4th perfect all-kill in Korean charts. That's impressive. When Either Way came out first, it was a slower ballad talking about how they react to criticism and rise above it. It was emotional and it caught me off guard in a very great way. Fans knew it was a part of the triple title release, but the public, they weren't sure what to make of it. They listened and thought, okay, this is different, but I don't think they gave it attention that it deserved. When I look at the trajectory of IVE's Mind era, it's clear that the groups faced a lot of challenges that contributed to how things turned out. Honestly, I feel like this period marked a transition for them. IVE Mind was a pivotal moment, but I think a lot of factors played into how it was received, not just by the fans, but also by the general public. To begin with, when they released the IVE's Mind mini album with its 3 title tracks, Either Way, Off the Record, and Baddie, there was this heavy focus on the fact that it was a triple title track album. Typically, when groups release multiple singles like that, people tend to gravitate towards the first or the second song, assuming it's the main title track and it builds up to something. But with IVE's Mind, that wasn't really the case. The first song was Either Way, a slower emotional ballad about overcoming criticism and adversity. While fans got behind it eventually, it wasn't really what people were expecting. They were more used to IVE's high energy, dance-driven tracks, and so it was harder for some to connect with the ballad immediately. Then, when Baddie came along, things started to shift. Baddie ended up being a chart hit in Korea, getting that coveted perfect OKO in in all charts, but even then it didn't seem to get the universal love I thought it deserved, especially from international fans. Off the record, the third title track didn't have as much impact either, even though that was my personal favorite, which just seemed to have highlighted the mixed reception at the time. So we saw 3 single charting, but the reception was a bit all over the place, and either way only had 1 music chart win while Baddie had 5, which shows the disparity in how the tracks were received. IVE's earlier releases had a certain cohesive energy that made them stand out. Their sound was defined by luxurious, sensual vibe that was both glamorous and energetic. But with IVE Mine, we started to see a break from that sound. Either way was a slower, more emotional song, very different from dance-driven tracks like Love Dive and Afterlife. Sure, it had depth, but it wasn't really the type of the track IVE had built their identity on. So when fans and the general public heard this shift, it can be a little bit overwhelming. The timing of the release was another factor too. IVE was on their first world tour at the time, and the promotion for IVE's Mine was stretched thin. Heya and Accendio, which were released later, were part of that push, but they just didn't resonate as much as the public at the time. I feel like Heya, for example, could have had a much bigger impact. It had a strong message pulling from a Korean folktale, and it was definitely one of their strongest songs. But the lack of proper promotion and the tour schedule overshadowed its potential. Finally, the competition in 2024 was really tough. aespa had a fantastic year, releasing standout tracks like Supernova, Garden and Whiplash, which were huge successes. At the same time, NewJeans was also making waves. While they were having some internal shifts within HYBE, their influence on the scene was undeniable, and it added the overall competitive landscape. This created a lot of pressure for groups like IVE to maintain their momentum in such saturated market. The competition was high, and it made it harder for IVE Mine to truly break through the noise. Looking ahead of 2025, I think this will be IVE's defining year. When they first debuted, they were often labeled as the perfect polished girl group, a persona that, while impressive, didn't seem to have much in depth. They got a lot of criticism for being too surface level, which led them to experiment over the past couple of years. Now they've moved beyond just the luxury and glamour, adding more substance and authenticity to the concept. The world tour that they completed over the past year has also been a huge milestone. It's not only helped expand their global fan base, but it has also generated significant revenue, giving them the resources to really push forward with their music and image in 2025. I think that their comeback in January will be the start of something major. The strong foundation now, I feel confident that this comeback will really set the tone for the year. What excites me the most about IVE's future is how they've already established a strong identity. They're known for their energy, elegance, and glam, but they've also added more layers to their music and concept. In 2025, they won't need to reinvent themselves. They'll be able to return to that cohesive sound that fans love, but with even more depth and growth. So that's it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. And also, please go ahead and subscribe for future videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.